Have you seen Final Destination? You haven't seen any of Final?
I've seen Final Destination deaths. I've seen how that works.
All right, and you seen the first one, right?
I've seen like.
Do I bring this up when we're actually recording?
I haven't seen I haven't seen one through whole of it, but I've seen like some of the deaths and like how that works.
Okay, all right. In the first one,
I'm here, Scorpion.
Tell me about the first death is a decapitation death.
Listen, I need some
But
goals, alright?
the way
if you want to hear something
racist,
racist,
do you mean you want me to say something that requires a woe, or do you want me to?
I forgot his name, but
that's a good question.
he played Stifler in American Pie.
Okay.
Either way,
he died because he got decapitated by a stop sign.
Okay.
So the train was coming by, the train did something to the stop sign. The stop sign flew and they cut his head off. In Death Note, he got decapitated by the folding ladder. So basically, the top part of the ladder slid off.
Right.
It hit him and he cut his head in half. Well, it basically from the nose up, it cut him.
I remember this one scene in the Final. I'm not sure which. I think it was one of the early ones where like this guy was in the bathroom and then everything that happened in the bathroom he just ended up dying and started being like choked by like the curtain or something like that. I forgot what it was, or like a wire.
Oh, in the bathroom it was by the fishing line. I don't know what you're talking
about. Destination, but I can remember that one with the tiny guy.
That's huge.
You're the one that got.
All I know is
Native American.
Other than that, all I know is that they all start with somebody seeing the future, and then it's like they save everybody, and then end up having it, and then it's just like death catching up to them. Basically.
Another one that I remember is the one where the girl found out like
it's
how
all
to
over
the
now.
problem, and she was driving to some Murder Institute or some shit, and like this truck with like a bunch of fucking trees was ahead of her, like all the trees.
Oh,
there was one. Wait, there was one. It was like.
I also remember one that was in the subway.
Okay.
Where she had escaped it for the longest. And then she was inside a train.
And then she died because of a rat. Yeah, that was the second one.
Okay, so I remember the one. This was the ending where I forgot what exactly happened, but they were like, okay, we finally broke this curse or whatever, and then somebody died with like a sign being broken, then like hitting them.
Are they like? I think your parents.
You died now.
I just remember like them being like, we broke this curse, and then like a bunch of shit happened, and something like kind of. I think it was like a sign.
Oh my god.
That's the first one.
Okay. Yeah, no, somebody had a revelation there. We're just like, wait, what? And then somebody dies from something.
Hold on. Tree strikes a pose like Akuma. Nelson died 1,000 deaths. Raging Demons Nelson.
Alright, with that, so.
Shush!
You know how you hear kids sometimes, like in the background of the supers when Akuma goes? It's just Tree going.
Are we gonna start recording there?
Nelson's loose scream is my boy.
Alright, so welcome to another episode of Box of Friends. Now with more
shade.
Now with 5 for 4 at
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Yeah, more 4 for 4.
Now with 5 for 4s at Wendy's.
Not
I get a double bacon cheeseburger.
We're not sponsored by Wendy's. Wait, are we?
Hell fucking
no.
Are we sponsored by Wendy's or no?
I wish.
I wish. Get that chili on. But
yo, Wendy's salads are legit.
I just want the chili.
Now with more queso.
Yeah.
No queso. That shit was killing me the last time I had it. It sounded so good.
Until he bit it.
Until it was so hot. Like, I'm Peruvian and I should be good with fucking spice, but I'm just not.
Yo, I'm the worst.
No, man, that was a critical.
I hate spice, and I'm Peruvian. I was born there.
That sandwich was
worse,
actually.
You are worse.
I was born in Peru and I hate spicy food.
Like, yo, whenever I get that chicken at the Peruvian restaurant and they already have like the pica on the side, I'm like, no, please get that on the plate.
It's like, no, but you like the spice. It's like, no.
Just like I gotta get ready because if I ever go to Japan, their sushi already comes with wasabi inside of it.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Like they get mad at you.
No, don't worry. They have those fucking templates now that you can just point to and it tells them what not to do.
Yeah, but like the old traditional styles where like you see the chef cooking in front of you, he will add wasabi to it.
And then you go, no, nigga, don't put no wasabi in there.
Nigga, you got a butcher that pepper.
Yeah,
like you need wasabi.
I saw a video where like
you disgrace my food.
It's the flavor,
asked him
okay?
For no wasabi. He's like, no wasabi, no food for you. And I was just like, damn.
It needs the wasabi, man.
All right, so who's here today?
Let's start on my left.
First, let's talk about the man who missed last podcast. A man who had not missed 16 prior podcasts beforehand. Took you a minute.
I'm sorry, Dad.
No. I'm not being mad at you.
This is the man who felt numb in his mouth.
So how did it feel like having a period from your mouth?
I bled. Like, I bled a lot.
I warned you. By the way, that's Kelvin, by the way.
Hi, Kelvin.
Hi everybody, I'm back. No, I fucking bled. I was like, why is my mouth having a period right now?
I warned you.
But it was weird because
so you took the knockout, right?
yeah, they put
How
me
were your legs standing up?
I was standing up. I was like, let's go. I'm like, the doctor was like,
you're
nah,
a trooper,
chill.
man.
Just like,
Nah,
relax.
for me, it took 2 nurses with ammonia to wake me up, and then I was like, like I was like a drunk girl after
Yo,
like
at least you
taking
didn't get carried out of the freaking hospital
No, I mean,
by a wheelchair.
Nah,
They put me in a
they
wheelchair.
woke me out, but I was just like, yo, I'm just like, passing my hat and my glasses. I'm just like a baby, and there's like, oh, you want this? Like,
And
yeah.
how's the after pain, like a day after?
No, the pain set in like
you know real pain.
4 hours after like I got home. Like I can't do this. Like I went to sleep annoyed.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to fight somebody. Like, I was pissed about it.
At that point, you want to call the dentist and tell them to put it back in.
Put it back in, I don't care.
No, but during the process, like one of them, I think they had problems taking out because I felt myself waking up during mid process.
Oh, that happens to
So
me
I don't
too.
remember if it was the top or the bottom one, but I remember them yanking, and I was like, I was like,
Put him back to sleep.
It's like,
I woke up with a lump on my head. I don't remember
like
it.
I twitched.
The doctor just goes over like, nurse, we need you.
And then after I fell back to sleep.
leg drop on him.
The Hulk Hogan.
Oh
The
god.
nurse takes off the. Does the rock? The nurse's elbow. All right.
Just a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Oh my god.
Right, RKO.
So what adults do we have over here to the left today?
This is Alden.
How was your day today, Alden?
It was pretty good. It was just me being on my phone, and I was in one of Yancey's classes today.
All right, we'll get to that.
All right,
We'll
get to that. But yeah, no. It's raining right now outside, so I'm just kind of stuck like in the school.
You have a hostage today.
No,
Yeah, pretty much.
I literally found him at the
Excellent.
front door. I'm soaked right now because my hair was all wet.
No, but you
and
protected the Wendy's though.
Yo, no, I put my
The
Wendy's
Wendy's what
inside
matters.
my jacket. Like I look like a fat man.
All right, so speaking of you, we got right. So we got
Hi
here-
guys, I'm Dolphin.
Got the Dolpho. All right, who we got in the middle over here?
I'm more
Paul.
wet than ever. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm Paul and I can finally shit.
all right. Who we got here in the back wearing these headphones over here?
You got Edison,
Edison. Who we got over here to the right?
Nelson.
Nelson. Okay.
Mm.
So,
Who we got over
Look
here?
over there.
oh yeah, I
talking.
forgot about myself.
Who
for
got
a
over
second.
here in the hat?
Yeah, I'm wearing a hat. I gotta start wearing hats. My hair is getting too crazy.
Nah,
Man, you be brave.
I
Let it
started when
loose,
I had
man.
bad hair day, but my hair's bad today too.
Your hair
Y'all
looks
didn't
good
get.
on a bad day.
Y'all
Like,
did
shut
not
the
just
fuck up.
literally take a shower like I did.
If I took a shower, yeah, my hair would go down and it looked like it'd be up to here, but still.
Like I can go Super Saiyan right now.
Alright, so Kevin, why don't you start off with what you been doing in these past 14 days?
Let's see. We went underground mostly.
Dying.
Underground?
Underground?
No,
Was there a hand job involved?
no, it's just
No,
Were
you should go.
were your parents found?
Sonic Underground.
that's still to be determined. But
Oh.
I've just been pretty cool. Just been low key, just relaxing, getting over this surgery. So like for the most part, everything's good.
You still can't swallow a lot of like rice and shit.
Oh no, I've been forcing myself. It's like it's there, but the only thing like afterwards I have to like gargle.
Yeah,
So
you have to get it out of it.
Yeah.
They gave you the chewable stitches, or
Oh, I hate that so much.
or they gave you the stitches that you gotta go back and get them out.
No, the thing was a trouble because it was gone.
Okay, yeah. Because they gave me the chewable ones. Too.
Yeah, so those are gone. I also had a conversation I can't really say here. Not with anybody bad. It
Who
was
told
with
you
a
things they cannot say?
Nah, it was with a friend of mine from.
Was that person named Nemane?
Nah.
The fuck? What?
Oh no.
So playing 14, playing Danganronpa.
Oh, finally, you're
Finally.
playing Danganronpa. My fucking pre-order for fucking Danganronpa V3 finally hit me, and it's like minus 100. No.
Nah,
Where did you pre-order yours from?
NIS America. That's the website that.
Oh,
distributes it.
directly from the publisher. Oh boy. I'll probably pick that up a little bit after it comes out.
You know if they're still accepting pre-orders for that?
They
You have
should.
till the 12th.
Alright.
So you got 6 days.
Well, I don't want to talk about me later. How about you over here?
Me?
What you been doing in these past? I don't know since you've been here.
This is Jesus.
Well, first off, like for you know, I've been putting out applications for jobs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be an adult. Gotta get a job, make some money.
Best Buy's hiring like crazy right now.
Are they?
Yes.
All right, but so this tomorrow I'm putting an application. Like
Isn't
it's real.
Abercrombie too? Like on Fifth Avenue?
Oh yeah.
Listen, I actually applied to Abercrombie. Yeah, I'm applied to Abercrombie. I applied to GameStop because
I've applied to so many GameStops.
Dude,
yeah, I know.
that's so bad.
One thing
I checked. I checked today, and they said, "Sorry." I checked today. They sent me an email like, "Oh, thank you for applying. We may not be hiring right now, but in the future we may consider you." And I was just like, "So I guess I'm never getting
that was the nice way to tell you go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
One of my old coworkers is from GameStop. He absolutely hated it there because they got like that kind of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, like, I don't know if all GameStops are the same.
No,
Some of them may be different.
I mean,
but like his experience was just downright horrible with customers and how like the managers treated them.
Some of the people that work there, they don't care. They just do it for a paycheck.
I guess so, yeah. But
I especially hate it when I walk into a GameStop and they don't know anything about fucking games.
I didn't feel that coming.
go get the great ogre.
You never seen it coming.
They don't want you stop talking. They don't want you to stop talking.
Yeah, no, like legit.
Yo,
that
listen,
was
the only
perfectly
person
timed.
I ever expect that from is CJ. CJ has literally cost us relationships with other people before.
Oh
like,
no.
Listen, there's
The
a
one
story
thing
behind why I'm gassy today.
Alright, we'll get to you.
Wait,
Anything
did
else
you
happen?
finish your food already?
Yeah.
Wait,
God
what?
damn.
Jesus.
Well, anything else happening, Alden?
Well, not much. You know, I'm just right now. Well, I finally beat Vice City, GTA Vice City. So that
Oh,
was,
how's that? I'm going through San Andreas right now.
Oh yeah. You're going through San Andreas. I'm going through San Andreas right now because I beat Vice City, but I'm just trying to complete it. The San Andreas right now. Vice City's pretty good. It's just the controls are just really weird because it's like back then. Like it's just like wait what?
It's PS2 control.
Yo,
Yeah, it's PS2
yo,
control, dude.
X was to drive back then, guys.
It was just so weird because I'm just like, because I try to press like R2 to, because like I would press R2 to drive and then I'm looking to the right and I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to be doing, but that's how you do a drive by that way in the old games.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it was just weird. It was a good story. Like it's pretty fun. But other than that, like yeah, I'm just glad like I finally beat that. And now I can get through San Andreas. Hopefully, it'll be a lot easier this time around because I've already beat it.
Still my favorite DJ.
I gotta play San Andreas.
What happened?
I gotta play San Andreas. Well, rather finish San Andreas, I should say.
Did you get the same problem as I did when I was a kid? Use too many cheat codes so the game would just fuck up?
Nah, like I got turned off literally from the first mission when you're biking to.
And you can die a lot real easy there.
Yeah, I was like, no.
That happened to me in the beginning when I played San Andreas, and I said, no, fuck this. I'm
I like how you're saying that as you're wearing a San Andreas t-shirt.
The one thing I forgot about San Andreas when I picked it up, I was just like, all right, now I'm good. All right, now I played this before, I'm gonna be pretty good. And then when I'm driving,
Welcome
I'm like,
to black culture, the video game.
that's well. The funny thing, like a lot. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the same for a lot of people. That's how I know a lot about like the songs like back in the day, like in the '90s, like fucking Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. That's how I knew those.
Yeah, that's where I learned Freebird.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
I can change.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
I get to play this game.
It's funny because it's like at GTA San Andreas, you think you're gonna like because you played Grand Theft Auto before, you think you're good, and then you realize like, oh no, you're just shit at the beginning because the upgrade system.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like drive a lot to be good at all, and do a lot of shit to be good at all. But it's fun. After that, I want to play Yakuza Kiwami because I played Yakuza 0 and that's pretty good. Hopefully I get that one day. But other than that,
got
yeah.
announced, by the way.
Huh?
Kiwami 2 got announced.
Yeah. Hopefully when that comes out, probably in like the next 10 years, maybe.
No,
2 years?
Yeah,
If
Wait,
Sega-
Japan or in the U.S.?
Japan.
Well,
And 6 months in the U.S.
okay.
Well, if Sega's that fast about it, yeah.
Man, other than that, I'm
Zero and Kiwami came out the same year in America.
And we still got no fucking Fantasy Star. Sega.
just, what?
Sega don't like us. Sega don't think we like Fantasy Star.
We like Fantasy Star. I like Fantasy Star.
Sega literally just gave people a shot to make a Sonic game, so.
No one cares
We're
about
gonna take a
Sonic.
while.
You say that. Sonic Mania is selling gangbusters. And continue, Alden.
I don't know. But yeah, no, other than that, I've just been chilling, just being myself, waiting for another Star Wars trailer to come out. So yeah, that's just. There's a lot of shit going on with the Star Wars movies right now, which is like, goddamn, like there's a lot of shit going on right now where I'm just like getting worried about it. But yeah.
It's okay, Luke Skywalker will die.
Please don't do that. Don't do
Called
that.
The Last Jedi for a reason.
I got spoiled
I-
so much from my job because they give us a lot of sets from the film. I
Really?
work at Lego, so they give
Oh,
us like
okay.
a lot of the Star Wars stuff in the movie. That's about to come out.
Oh,
So
boy.
he's dead.
No.
Yeah, now with Luke West Skywalker dead.
I mean,
action.
I know it's gonna happen. I know it, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the scene where it happens.
Listen, I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Snook is gonna come out from his whatever, and then Luke Skywalker's gonna be like, you, and then they're gonna have that little lightsaber battle in the hallway, just like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader did, and then Luke's head is gonna get chopped off, and then he's just gonna disappear.
He's gonna become the
it's
Force.
gonna be. They're gonna Obi-Wan Kenobi it basically.
Exactly.
He's
But
gonna
yeah,
give him
no.
that speech too.
That's what speech?
He's like, you strike me down now.
Oh,
I'll
that-
come back more powerful.
No,
than
because
you
I don't
ever
need. No, because
imagined."
we don't need any more fucking like comparisons to the old trilogy. Because that was a lot issue with a lot of people had with the Force Awakens, and I was just like,
That's why people shit on J.J. Abrams now.
which is like I don't understand. Like people didn't like the prequels, and then they tried to fix that with the Force Awakens, and then people are like, no, it's too much. Like it's so fun. I'm like, what? Like because I understand it, but like I don't. It's not a big deal to me. I still love the Force Awakens, but I don't know.
Well, that's why they killed off 2 characters in the 7th movie.
Yeah, there's like R.I.P. Han Solo. And wait, who's the fuck? I'm trying to remember who the other person was. What happened? Oh come on! Oh man.
Yeah.
No, she's I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know because like she finished because
CGI exists.
No,
CGI
they
exists.
confirmed they're not doing CGI Leia. Okay,
They can CGI her just to die.
Jesus.
Because she technically finished all her stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did, which is like gonna be because like I don't know what their plans are.
I'll tell you exactly what they can do in the 9th movie.
Linkin Park plays.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. No. In the
You
9th
really
movie,
can't- you
she-
really
That's gonna
can't
get
break this
Michael
habit.
Bay to direct it. That's the thing, which I hope not. I
they
hope.
they could just have her like on a planet and the planet explodes.
I guess, but then a lot because like, but the thing is like, they have to understand to do it in a way that's everybody's gonna be like, oh, that's very like they have to do it in a respectful way where everybody's gonna be like, oh, that was well done. It can't be just like a throwaway death for people just because like
It could be a throwaway death.
it could be, but a lot of people won't like that. A lot of people won't be like, oh, like that's not
People
respectful.
don't
to
know
the
what
character.
they're like.
That's true. A lot of people don't really know what they're
Which
like.
we're gonna cover later, but
I know when I see
Anything else?
again.
Oh my
Other than
God.
that's it. Yeah, no. Just being Alden, just being me.
How about you, Paul? What's going on?
gas.
So,
Guess.
for some reason, over the period of 4.5 days, I did not shit.
Okay, aren't you the man who carries fucking diarrhea pills? when
Yes,
you're
I know.
pills?
Here's the thing. On the 3rd day, I took stool softeners and laxatives. In the morning, nothing. The entire day.
The turtle
My-
didn't come out?
No, the turtle did not come out. My stomach was in pain. So I could not move if I moved, I felt pain. So I just sat down on the couch in my room and played a lot of Persona 5. I played 30 hours between Sunday and Monday. It's pretty good. I never saw it coming. But then, on the 5th day,
He rose.
On the 5th day, Jesus Christ, Jesus shit rose from the bowels.
Yeah.
Rose from the bowels.
no, I was just walking down the
man, it was
staircase
just
to the
hanging.
bathroom and I was like, it's time. And then when it went in, I was like, yeah!
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The moment you said like Jesus rose, I'm imagining like Mr. Hanky coming out.
Hey, Paul! His name is Mr. Hanky.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm still shitting.
I can see it.
Yeah.
At least you're shitting. At least you're shitting. At least it's.
Anything else, or that's it?
Oh, I finished Ultra Despair Girls.
Oh, how was that piece of shit?
Eh,
Eh?
just
Eh? Remember, Spike Chunsoft is a company that makes really good visual novels.
Yeah. Visual novels.
Visual novels. Not so much shooters.
No. It was an interesting concept.
Yeah. Literally, that fucking girl in a wheelchair has swastikas in her eyes.
What?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She got the Nazi shotgun.
That's all I'm gonna say about that because Kelvin hasn't finished it yet.
Nazi
Um,
shotgun.
But yeah. Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Oh, quick question. Who's waifu at the moment?
Who's waifu in Persona 5? Makoto.
At the moment? Jesus. And she's
Yeah.
the one riding your dick at the moment to fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
He likes the dominance.
He's gonna need something to shit it
I,
up.
I want to be broken.
Oh, she's the
boy.
one to break you.
And she'll push you
Oh
through the
boy.
wall.
Oh, she's,
I want her
bro-
to
oh,
pa-
she's broken already.
Can she powerbomb me?
No, she'll do one better.
Shoot fist you.
She'll run you over.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll never see it coming, I guess.
How about you, Rodolfo? What have you been doing these past 7 days?
Oh, still doom fisting people.
Doomfisting.
That's
Doomfisting. Is that gonna be a thing now?
That's been a
Transitions.
thing
How many
since like the
people-
first time I've been
how
like
many
saying
people on
it
the
over and
Doomfist
over
of
again.
Pain? How much in the Doomfist Hall of Pain?
I gotta say at least 1,000.
1,000.
Other than that, literally, I've just been enjoying the first few weeks back in school now. I applied for a new job at a comic book store that's literally like 2 stores down from my current job. See how that goes.
I should do that.
Alright.
I should do that. I should probably apply to some fucking comic book store. I would like to own like a store where it's just all Star Wars stuff. Honestly, just there's a lot of Star
That's how
Wars.
you don't make any.
It's called Disney.
True.
That's what this
That's
is.
called Disney.
Yeah, if you really want
Just have
to,
all of them
like,
work in the Star Wars
I'll
section
Try
of
to
the
try to
Disney
work
store.
for Disney if you can. You can even apply for the friggin' thing.
For
I
that
did.
thing that you
The same
did?
thing I did.
Okay, for that.
Yeah, because you have a semester at least behind your belt, so you have the application process is pretty easy.
How about you,
Yeah.
Ed? Oh, are you still going?
No, not bad.
How about you, Ed? What you been doing for these past 7 days?
Been chilling, nothing crazy, you know. I just lay back a lot, lazy, and I guess only exciting thing that happened was my fight against Lori. No, I'm serious. Like I'm not talking shit. Like I just really enjoyed
Ever since
that.
happy he beat a girl.
It was in It was on Pokemon.
I was about to say, like,
Yo,
I was
that
not-
that
I
was
on
late.
Pokemon.
I hope it wasn't like anything serious.
Nah, the only time you ever hear me fighting a girl is when we're about to have sex, and she actually has to fight me.
What the fuck?
Nah, like
I think he's inheriting more than just Nelson's Pokemon skills.
nah. I always thought like that. I always thought like
I want my girl to have 3 swords. And they're like,
wait,
see me in there like this.
Nelson, Nelson uses 3 swords.
Okay.
nah, like I got the
So
same
Zoro
concept.
from
I got the
Not
same
what I
concept.
mean.
No, I got the same
One-
concept. I want her
one
to
in
actually
each
try and
hand.
kill me. To be honest,
She gotta kill what?
she gotta try and kill me, but legitimately try and kill me.
You want this chick from Mortal Kombat, huh? With the 4 arms, huh? That's what you
Really?
want.
Oh, no, no.
I haven't,
like
I haven't played Mortal Kombat, so I
He
don't know.
wants the girl that's literally gonna like start eating him.
No, Nelson wants his aunt at this point.
Nah, but like
Get the reference.
the thing that got me happy was because it's like it showed how much I came from where I was. Being,
Nah, I don't get
playing
that.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
I don't get
right
the
there.
No, like that was that. Like I just like the fact that I was able to be someone on the same level as me on
She's
Pokemon
not
without
the
any
same.
like no help at all. Like, she's really not on the same level. She's like, where is she then?
Below you.
That bad? Oh my god.
She works, bro.
So you're saying that all of her wins are courtesy of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you admit to ghosting?
It goes to her a little bit.
A little bit.
Yo,
Oh.
Shadow sneaker.
we talked about that.
No, it's not already.
I mean, I get, and then it makes me feel a little confident because I did prep entirely by myself. And when I showed Nelson the TV, he didn't actually tell me switch this.
Oh,
to
she showed me
that.
her team too.
It was like,
But she didn't show me the whole thing. She just told me moves she was gonna use, and I said okay.
yeah. Nelson told me. He just said like he told me generic stuff like make sure you know your win condition, make sure
Yeah,
you know her
same
win
thing I told her
condition,
too, yeah.
stuff like that. He gave me those hints.
Because
That's
Nelson
like,
knows me. I would not put 3 attacking moves on Pharaoh like that.
I was waiting for the leech seed.
I'll
I'm like,
use one.
Yeah, I would use 1 or 2. It depends on.
I was expecting leech seed protect.
No, not protect. Not against you. You set up.
That's
The
true.
scissor would just be right there. It was like SD, SD, SD.
I'm a
Either
T-wave.
way, I would
I'm
say
a
that's
It did that anyway.
I'm in the T-wave.
There was that, and I brought the
Trusty yellow magic.
then I brought the nice brick break for the screens. When I realized Swampert had them, like this has to come. Those screens need to go down.
Well, you go to default screens.
I tried to defog, but it didn't defog the screens.
That's probably because she had magic bounce.
Yeah, it was the but then I remember when I did it to not Ronnie, Eli. It still defogged the
Zatu.
rocks.
Zatu. Magic
Yeah, I
bounce.
know. The magic bounce didn't magic bounce my defog, and it still took the rocks off.
It defogged your rocks. The rocks on your side, not on her side.
Oh.
Not on his side.
Oh.
Pokemon relations.
Yeah.
Shit's
Yeah,
weird, man.
Pokemon terms.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Shit's weird, man.
How about
But-
you, Nelson? Oh, you still done?
No, but I'm just saying like that was that. I'm just happy I got it. Honestly, I could just like get 6-0 by everybody now, and I'll just be like, I realized I improved. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I'll be happy
That's
about.
what's up? That's what's up?
Improvement. It's always
How about you,
improvement.
Nelson? What you been doing? Nothing.
The usual.
The
But
usual.
Nelson Omega.
oh,
Oh,
I had the Bullet Punch Club. We call it the Bullet Punch Club. And I had to put somebody down to the ground
Oh no.
Who?
a couple of
Jeez.
days ago.
Who?
Nah, we'll leave him the villain. The villain of the season. He's called the villain of the season. I had to put him down to the ground.
damn.
So
Okay,
he's
Nelson, I'm gonna pick up the ashes and I'm gonna put them back in.
Mm. It's hard to outdo what I did.
Like
No, it's not. I just have to get 10.
No, not
I have to
that.
get 10 and not misclick.
Not the differential. What I did to his walls.
He broke them.
Oh.
Without a wall breaker.
Uh,
No, but it was not the usual me reading like I usually do.
His books.
No, I didn't read those today. I read a lot of history. A lot of like uncensored history.
Oh, what kind?
a lot of aunts and nephews, huh?
Nah, I don't get that reference, but okay.
The Game of Thrones one that you go for those two. I forgot their names. Damn.
Talk about Daenerys? No, I
No,
like
not the nerd. The other one.
I don't
Jamie,
like Daenerys.
Jamie and Cersei.
No, they're brothers and sisters. They're not aunts.
Oh yeah, I'm bugging.
Someone got it up in his own apparently.
Oh yeah. Fun fact.
You could say it was a blizzard
Oh,
because there were a few inches of snow.
oh god.
Winter's coming, alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, I think last is me.
Yep.
So for me, finally got back into Street Fighter after a fucking long ass while. You just farted outside, didn't you?
That's
Because
his
I thought he was going
apology.
to the bathroom, right? But no, he just like, he opened the door, pointed his ass outside the door, then closed the door and walked away. Like, yeah, you farted outside.
Yeah.
So I got back into Street Fighter because Delicious Brown Manat was
Oh my
playable.
god.
And
Everybody loves
I
them
put up a
Delicious
combo
Browns.
there. I put up a combo on Facebook, so you saw like what I was able to do. But that took like 30 minutes, and like in order to even learn some of the more progressive combos, it takes even longer. So I'm just like, I'll put you down for now until like everything's learned about you, and then I'll probably pick you back up. Let me just go back to the old faithful Jury, and then I bought her a nostalgia costume. And I was like, okay, let's see how this works. Jury, you're shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Jury is like one of the worst characters in that game. It's really saddening because I really like that character, and it's just like she can't go, man. She can't go at all. Let me see. Aside from that, sex class with Alden today. That was fun. Alden came by and visited.
What's today's topic?
Today's topic was on about how there's like a chart of like celibacy to like sexual like know-how, right? And like where do you place yourself there? So that was fun.
Wait, the scale is celibate to
I don't know the exact words in my notebook somewhere, but you know.
Wait, what does celibate mean? I'm ignorant.
you're
None.
abstinent from sex, no
None.
sex.
Like no sex.
I think
Like, no.
I'm there. Like right now.
No, you're not. You're not
No.
celibate.
No, celibate is that you're actively taking
You're
a
actively
decision.
not having sex.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah. Not celibate.
Not because you're in a dry spell. It's just you're basically
You're choosing not to have it,
Yeah.
even if someone offers. Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Yeah. So I'm not there. Thank you.
Let me see. Aside from that, I was playing Sleeping Dogs over the weekend with the GF, so that was fun.
How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about Sleeping Dogs?
Sleeping Dogs is a fun game, and it looks really pretty for being a last gen game that got ported over.
It does. I feel like because I played Sleeping Dogs on 360 and then I played on PS4, and in ways it looks better, but on other things like it doesn't look as great. Like it doesn't seem as great. Because it's like I feel like it. I don't know. Like I feel like there's a lot of like frame rate issues on the PS4, but maybe that's just
I'm
me.
noticing that, and like
Because it doesn't look it doesn't look as like clear, like it doesn't seem as clear at times like with the
Yeah,
frame rates
like-
as
like-
before, which is like weird. Like I don't know why.
yeah, like I noticed that, and like
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the bathroom, man?
so I noticed that there was a
Yeah,
lot of
very
frame issues in that game, and like Sophia can barely pick it up because she's not much of a gamer, but like she's noticing it. Like it got really bad at some points where like the frames just dipped to like 4 frames a second.
it does. It stutters.
Which is like I don't know. I guess that was something that they just kind of screwed up.
Yeah, and like the game is kind of buggy in some areas.
But it's still
Yeah, that
But
happens.
that's because like I know about it. It had like a rocky start. Like Sleeping Dogs originally was supposed to be the sequel to the third game in the sequel series of
To True Crime. It's supposed to be True. Yeah, from
True
what I
Crime Streets of
understand.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's supposed to be True Crime Streets of True Crime Hong Kong, whatever the fuck the title was, and
Yeah.
then apparently like that kind of went downhill.
Yeah, because THQ went down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
So-
then Square Enix kind of came by and took the
It was
rights.
like,
to
here's
the
some money. We're not making Final Fantasies. Here's
Yes.
some money. But I'm having really fun with the game. Wei Shen's cool. Love the whole game. I just love locking people in my room. just putting them in my closet and then closing the closet door and then just watching them cry and suffer. So yeah, that's been fun. So Sleeping Dogs, that. Pokemon tournament's been going on. I think that's it, really, you know. Just school's taking up a lot of my time, and I'm also trying to look for jobs. So that's it, really.
I do have one more thing to add, but maybe I should save it for maybe next time because I'm not.
Say it.
Just say. I've been because I just remembered that I've been watching like playthroughs, a playthrough of Life is Strange, like
Which
on.
one?
Huh?
Which one?
What do you mean?
Which one?
There's just two so far. There's the first one.
Oh, the first one, the original Life is
Okay.
Strange, not the
So Hella.
DLC.
Hella,
Yeah.
the video game.
Yeah, Hell, the video game. It's like I've gotten up to like the last like episode of like this playthrough, and it's just like, it can be a depressing game at times, which I guess is what it was trying to go for, but at the same time, like as you kind of mentioned, like the whole I guess sort of like style or like the whole feel of the game, a lot of it's supposed to be like this, you know, teen angst kind of thing, which I guess is the whole point.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of works for the game, but at the same time, I'm just like I'm kind of tired of this like whole like some of the dialogue is weird, like as you mentioned, hella. I'm kind of getting tired of hearing that fucking word a lot of the time.
Which apparently got a little retcon in the prequel with like, Chloe. What was her name? Chloe.
Yeah, for the chick that went goth or something.
Blue hair.
Yeah, blue hair, Chloe. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently her girlfriend would say hello.
Okay.
So she picked it up from her.
Oh, okay. There was one moment in the playthrough where I was just like, holy shit! Like
Is
I
it
was like,
the
God,
roof scene?
Huh?
The roof scene.
The roof scene?
Yeah. The scene when you're on the roof with that girl.
Which episode was that? Because I'm on
3,
episode
I think
5.
it was.
3.
She tries to jump off the roof.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no. Well, that was more of just like, oh wow, like this is happening. Like, all right, like now
So
this
what
is
was
like
the
scene that I was talking about. It was like at the end of episode 3, or yeah, it was at it was at the end of episode 3 where she goes back and wait. Do we do spoilers or no?
I don't give a fuck. The
Okay.
game is like 2 years old.
All right, yeah. So the main character Max, she goes back in time to pretty much fix a lot of the shit that happened, just to fix everything, so that everybody could be happy, whatever. And
Oh,
she
no,
fixed,
it's just the end of the game, isn't it?
huh?
It's just the end of the game.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh,
no,
yes.
yeah, no.
Yes.
So,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
She looks at the picture.
Yeah, she looks at the
Yes,
picture.
yes.
She focuses up. She goes back in time, saves her friend, saves
Dad.
Chloe's dad
Yeah.
because he died, and then that kind of.
she goes back to Chloe's
Yeah,
house. and
she goes
she's in
back
a
to Chloe's
wheelchair.
house, and Chloe ends up a cripple, and like because she's in a wheelchair and she can barely do anything, and I was just like, God damn, that's kind of like that's really like messed
And that's
up.
where you're at.
Oh no, I got past that episode. Now I'm halfway in episode 5,
Oh, so you're at the end.
basically, yeah,
Okay.
where like the whole fucking storm is happening, and I'm just like, okay,
So I haven't played Life is Strange. I've also watched LPs. I was not paying for another walking simulator. I really dislike those kinds of games because Telltale's really ruined the formula for a lot of people, including me.
really? Because there was a lot of praise for The Walking Dead, the first season.
The first one is really good.
right.
The second one has good moments. The third one has better moments, but both 2 and 3 fall flat at the end. And Life is Strange has a similar thing that I hate, which is Life is Strange had a good premise. It had somewhat good characters. Your choices don't mean shit at the end, which is always the problem with those games. If I don't get a choice, why the fuck was I playing the game? Like literally at the end of the game, and you'll see it when you get there.
Okay.
You get 2 choices, and everything you did throughout the whole story meant shit.
Okay. Yeah, no, there was a moment in the 5th episode where it was like, where once again you have to go like farther back in time to do something, and then the guy who was playing it, like because he was doing like a camera like his playthrough with commentary, and he was just like so basically all the choices that I already made, like that didn't fucking matter because I just went back in time and just chose everything.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten to the very end, which I'm assuming what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Here's another problem with that end real quick.
Okay.
One of the endings, you get 1 minute of like stuff after it.
Okay.
The other ending, you get 30 minutes of stuff afterwards.
What?
Like you get a lot of time afterwards, which literally tells you this ending is the canon ending. This ending is not.
So so is the 30-minute one like the canon ending or
Yes,
no?
you can obviously tell because they
Right.
go into in-depth shit about that one.
Whereas the other one is just like.
It's like, okay, this happened, bye.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll keep a look for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nelson, you want to do Pokemon tournament talk real quick? You want to say
Yes,
something?
my ass hurt.
So first we got Paul's ass hurting, and now we got you. Alright, so what you want to say about the Pokemon tournament real quick, man? Paul, did you take a shit?
Yes.
How did that feel?
12 times today.
I remember hearing somewhere where it's just like if you're farting a lot, that usually is a sign you have to take a shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's usually what I try. Like if I'm farting, I'm like, okay, I gotta go take care of that.
Jeez, everyone's just going up and not have to
I
fart.
got pee.
No.
Everyone's
No.
gotta go up and take a shit now.
Kelvin, go to the one down there.
Don't go to the other one.
Dang, you messed it up.
What happened to the other one?
No, the janitor's in there now.
Well, they're not touched upon it earlier, but like, I think you could agree with me the most about this.
You talk shit about me?
Which is Nelson.
That people don't know their win cons.
Yeah.
It's still like one of the biggest issues, and also prep. Like, so people are not prepping for teams; they're prepping on person.
Yeah.
And I think that's not the way to go. This ain't no smoke on OLT. Like, it's not one of those things that everybody is good.
Yeah, like people aren't watching replays, people aren't checking what their opponent has, people aren't checking what the Pokemon can do.
Even like there's many instances that like when it's a Mon versus a Mon, and the Mon that you have is able to beat that Mon, and like it comes in after you take a Mon out, and nobody says, "Whoa, something is wrong here."
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of people lost Mons because of that. Like checks that will all around be checks are not checks anymore because they have like a secret tech. And I think it goes down to mainly from place 4 to Ronnie.
Eli
About there.
What, don't know their win con?
No, like from 4 to 10.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't know their win cons. Like Vontae, Edison, and everybody down. They usually die before that. Yeah, like usually.
Thanks.
Happy bladder.
The thing,
Happy bladder, happy man.
Yeah.
I said that with Edison just for like 3 instances, but those 3 instances are part of the 4 losses he got.
I will completely agree with you when people don't know their win cons
Like-
before down.
Like from now, like Ronnie knows, but there's some weeks he didn't. Like it was obvious that he didn't, but he did beat the top 2 teams. So he's playing better.
Yeah, like now he's trying. You can
Now
tell.
he's playing really, really good. Like Tariq has been a while. That man has been in 3rd place for a while.
It's cemented there.
that man got that 3rd place spot. Like Tariq knows his win cons. What Tariq is doing is what me and Yancey and sort of. I'm gonna put JJ there too. We bring multiple win cons.
Yeah.
We bring like about 2 or 3.
Yeah, I bring 2 or 3.
I bring about 2 or 3. Like I don't see anybody else. Like Eli plays super hyper offense. Ronnie plays super bulky. Like and
JJ plays Super Bowl.
yeah, but he usually has like 2 or 3 win cons. Like you can see, like Zygarde is an automatic win con every week.
Clef was a win con.
Exploud. Well, Clef is not really a win, but he's just like the annoyance. That mon is super annoying.
Josh's win con is always make him in a gym.
But he always has like
Star Raptor on the
Yeah.
side.
yeah,
Apparently Licky was one now.
licky.
Licky the shooting team.
Okay.
That I helped Josh with that set, but Josh was on body on that.
But I'll agree, people don't know what their win cons are.
Josh is he does know his win cons, but the thing is
He doesn't prep.
he doesn't really prep. He mainly tries to like
Outplay.
tries to outplay, and that's fine. I think.
I mean, he's not prepping, he's doing this well, so.
Like one of the things I would say is oftentimes when you prep really good, you have the chance to actually choke. Like you get more leeway in games because you don't have to overpredict. You don't have to play 50-50s all the time. You don't have to like you could afford to misplay, and you could afford to make your opponent do the reckless plays. And I think oftentimes not a lot of people are doing that. Like.
I don't think I've had a 50-50 in this whole tournament
No.
yet.
I haven't. I did a lot of doubles in this tournament, more than I usually do. But
That's because you try to end games early with Magirna. You're like, I just want to get to the Magirna sweep.
not usually, but the last 3 weeks I dabbled.
That's
So
because you have
that's-
Fupa.
Josh, Paul, Eli. McGinnis wasn't my win con. She was just there. And like Eli brought like the really defensive McGinnis set. That
Assault vest.
Assault vest max max with def, max HP, just to eat.
Hyper voice.
Just for that mon. But like a lot of people don't know their win cons, and it's becoming. I think it's not gonna end.
You can just see the difference.
Yeah, you can see like the people that are doing well, and the people that are doing bad are doing bad. And then there's like the middle of the road.
Has Ronnie and Tariq fought already?
Nope. That's
So, yo, if Ronnie beats Tariq, it's gonna be funny because if me, you, and Tariq go at the top, it's like, yo, we're going in with a bad matchup. Technically,
Tariq got like the best matchup
against Ronnie. Yeah,
Like Mega Han, like
Hamdoom goes to his team.
that man Tariq got the big three. That man got Mega Doom
Exka.
and Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Like that's the first time we see Dragon Knight perform well.
Oh, thank God. Dragon Knight's been drafted like every season, has done horribly.
It's very few. There's good surprises in this tournament. Like Josh is one. JJ is another one. Edison is another. And Paul over here crying. and then I'm also gonna have a shout out to Matt. He's been improving every week.
Yeah.
Like from what we've seen, the first 3 weeks of slaughter that man had been taking, from he's been improving. Like you see that he's
I
actually,
see sets.
he's actually one of the few that I see that is really actually learning, consistently getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are doing that, because if you look, you see the records speak for themselves. Like you see a whole bunch of five wins, 3 losses.
I think 5 and 3 is fine. I think it's the 4, 4, 3, 3s.
Yeah, everything from 7 down, right? 7 down.
6 down.
Listen, all my losses are to people at the tops.
Your team's really good. You're just not using it right.
I know.
He legit lost the 4 people in the top 5 right now.
It's fine. I'm coming back.
But yeah, I agree with you.
And you notice like the differential speaks for themselves. Like you could look at it.
I'm 7-1. You're 7.
No, I'm talking about the diff, the points.
Oh,
like
the point differentials. Yeah, you can see. I have the top at this point with 61. Then Nelson has 66, and then it drops to 45, and then it drops to 33.
Like a lot of the people in the middle will dictate who makes playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
It's between the shuffle between 6 and 10.
about 4 and 10.
4 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because if Eli loses to me, that puts him at 4, and then Ronnie's at 4. So if he beats the next 4 people, he'll jump up to 3.
Josh lost to Tariq and me, and he beat about 2 in the middle at the moment. But the middle dictates. Like if you take the middle, then you're in playoff.
Yeah.
So far we still don't know the playoff positions yet.
Yeah.
It's 4 or 6 right now.
It's okay. I just hope everyone learns, because
Next season's gonna be even rougher.
yeah.
Kieran's coming back.
Kieran's coming back. Maybe Jorge might come back.
And it's just gonna show
There go my
Bennett's
chances.
alive.
like
Bennett comes back.
like
I got scared. I thought I was facing Bennett at one point because I saw his username.
Oh yeah, against Monte.
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Like Kieran is not in, right? And Jorge's not in. And they're 2 that's usually in the top 3 spots. Usually, me and Tariq are stuck in 4 and 5th most of the time. And that's also people could get their wins now, but if they did not get better come next tournament, if they still gonna join, some of the people that are gonna join.
I expect 4 people to drop.
4?
Yeah.
I could see 4. I could see 6. So
Who do you expect to drop?
I'm not gonna say that.
you can't say that.
Okay.
That's in,
No, that makes sense.
it depends. So far the middle has shown that they are trying. Like a lot of the people in the middle are trying.
Yeah.
It's just that they're not putting. Oftentimes, they're not seeing what matchup advantage is. Like so far, I could speak for my team, and maybe and Tariq's, because usually I help Tariq a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Out of like the 9 matches I did, because I did 9 already, 4 of them were bad matchups, and like Magirna sort of like invalidates it in a certain point. Like she kind of stops what was considered a bad matchup, but it still was a bad matchup. Like Bishart, we had young Gyarados from Vontae and Zard Y that completely destroys my team.
Oh boy, that core.
You had Josh with the Mega Metachamp, even though I had like the best check to it, it was still that, and Staraptor, which is a nightmare. Bird typing is too hard. Tariq had some bad matchups with like rain. Like basically weather against weather is usually like not a good matchup for either.
Yeah.
It's usually 50-50. But Tariq had like got triple weather, which is very hard on itself to prep for.
He's a weather wizard.
And like some people like even team concept is weird for some people. Like some teams don't make sense. That's something that I'm also seeing. Batista. Well, Batista, in my opinion, I think Batista's team is in the middle of the road. Like he's not part of the worst the worst 4. I think that goes for you circle 2. 2. Like I think they're in the bottom. Shane is one of like
Shane has a good team.
Average. Yeah, he's in the middle of the road. Like I think maybe you, Tariq, and maybe JJ got like the best teams.
Yeah.
I think y'all 3 got the best teams.
Last words?
Win cons. Like that's like the main issue.
Fucking win cons ready, guys.
Yeah, no, and also like you notice, right? Like some people be like, oh, this mon is a threat to me. Like, but like when it comes to like matchup, like team versus team on the screen, people don't realize that what you originally had as your win con is not your win con based on what people bring. And I think that's also a thing.
You have to change up your matchup on the moment.
And it's also like I think it's fine, like taking like a few minutes like on team
Preview.
Yeah, just to like
check everything out.
Yeah, really figure it out. Like like against Paul was like the main example I had. I saw Rotom Heat, right, and I saw Aloe Muck, and I had a Magirna. I was like, okay, one of these has to be the switch in. When I threw in the Magirna, it turned out to be Muck as my switch in. And like it's little things like that you could actually notice how people will actually play throughout the rest of the for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
Like you notice certain things.
The thing about me bringing Muck was it was actually for the Mew.
To pursue trap it.
No, yeah, to pursue it and knock it off.
Yeah, if he killed the Mew, then his
Men's?
not Mence. No, because I had P2 for Mence. His Latias kind of takes over.
Okay.
And it's things like that. Like, and also like one of the main issues we have in this tournament is well, I already touched upon it a little bit. Like prepare for the team, not the opponent. Like that's the big thing. Like every time I look at a team, I don't even consider the record I'm facing.
Yeah.
I don't even consider it.
I just make sure I prep for it.
I look at every single mon, and oftentimes I don't prepare for all 12.
I prepare for all 12.
I don't.
I learned my lesson.
I don't because I know a mon ain't coming, and I know that even if I don't prepare for it, I have something for it.
Yeah.
Like just by how the mons are, like Magirna is one mon, Mence is another, Lele is another, and Mega Metachan. Those are like the main 4 examples that it doesn't matter what mon you bring. Odds are your mon's gonna get broken by those guys. Like I could have a Lele and I could not even pay attention to like the tier 5s because I know Lele's just gonna blast through them, unless it's like a legit mon that just Yeah, it has like a legit.
Unless it's the
Sedef
Mammal
stat.
Swine Galissapod thing, it's just like.
Galissapod, like I knew it was gonna come. No, that's the one that fucked me up. That Galissapod, because I knew it was gonna come, but I had nothing to do against it. Like I was like, I need to find out what item it is, but I don't know what item this is because nothing was shown, and like he just first impressioned me. I had to go to P2 just to get Celesteela for free, get least seed, and it's like a endless
cycle.
Yeah. And I knew Galissapod was gonna come, but odds are sometimes you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like
So just look at your matchups, look at your win cons, look at the moment, and make sure you know what you got.
yeah, I think
Aside from that, everyone's doing okay.
I think overall it's not bad. It's not like
It's not last time.
what the NPA. The NPA one was fine. I think
Yeah, it was like
season 2 and season 3 was kind of bad though.
Alright.
Because I think people just gave up in season 3 because of how the teams were. I think that was the main reason.
I fought back. I didn't give a fuck.
I had a bad team.
We both did. But yeah, Pokemon talk. Step up, guys. This is for fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if you want to learn, like a lot of people ended up going to the tournament, then I also think that
That's
take
fine.
chances. Like
Yeah.
who cares if a set like if the set to you will work like for like specific months, then bring it. Don't bring like but don't go straight out there. Like I think like don't go straight envy.
Yeah.
And when you're a bad player, like I think that's a recipe for not working well. But I think it's good if people take chances. Like I think, like
Make those doubles, boys.
even some people gotta make doubles. I think Kieran drilled that into me against Eli. He was like, if you're gonna play against a Skarn Blitzcore without Volt turn, like with like multiple mons, you have to double a lot. Even if the double, you're not gonna be rewarded for it. Odds are you might actually, depending on like the certain like quirks people have. He drilled that into me.
Alright. So, Kelvin, we did something last week. I'm introducing new segments just to get some more topics out there.
Oh, all right.
Alright. So the first one we got here, time for the news.
The news.
And for the first one we got here, we got,
Send news.
of course, last week was PAX. A lot of shit got announced. At first, people thought it was No More Heroes 3,
But it's not.
but after talks, it's not No More Heroes 3. So Suda51 hits that No More Heroes actually has multiplayer on the Switch. Because he says there is only going to be used for one Joy-Con. And I don't know if you also know this, but all the games are themed after other games that are actually real. So in the trailer for No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again, which is a blatant Star Wars thing, by the way. Like, it's actually in the Star Wars font. Like, here, let me show
Wait, let me see. No, because I know what No More Heroes, and I know like because he has like a sword that's basically like a lightsaber in a way.
Oh, it's a beam katana.
Yeah, it's like a beam. Yeah.
So,
But if you look at the font for the thing, like, here, Alden,
Bruh.
look at this.
Yeah, no, it's that. Yeah, that's
Like-
that is seriously like Star Wars fun right there.
So
Yeah.
this one has to take place after 2 or is its own?
No, so it takes place, and this is the quote. It's really weird. It takes place 7 years after No More Heroes 1. But No More Heroes 2 takes place 2 years after No More Heroes 1. But it's supposed to be in between No More Heroes 1 and 2.
Alright, I think I caught a stroke.
I caught a brain hemorrhage when I heard that too. I'm just not, everyone's got their sources mixed up, so we'll have to wait for that. But it's about Batgirl's father. I don't know if you remember Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about Batgirl's father wanting to get revenge. Essentially, No More Heroes, for those who don't know, is a video game series that started on the Wii. It's sponsored by Ubisoft, and it's made by a guy named Suda51 in Japan. And the whole game is just basically, it's a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em up with a boss rush at the end, where you just basically have to fight boss after boss after boss after boss. And it's really fucking fun. And in order to charge your sword, you have to go like this. And
You
go
gotta-
like this.
You gotta jerk off.
Was it the first game where it was like where like the whole game was like just beating up like the top 10 assassins or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. And then the second game is beat the top 50 assassins.
Oh, okay. Oh wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm hyped. I like No More Heroes, even though I've never like beat them, but I respect them and I love the soundtrack and everything about them, so I can't wait.
Is the main protagonist really based off like Johnny Knoxville or some shit like that? I heard that was like a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Like just the look or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's that. Here's a fun one. So I don't know if anyone heard about Resident Evil 7's DLC that was supposed to come back in spring.
Oh yeah.
So if you beat Resident Evil 7, right? It goes at the end of the game. No More Heroes free DLC campaign coming out April 20th, 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're a Resident Evil fan like me, you go, oh great, fucking free DLC, I can't fucking wait. And then April comes around and Capcom goes, oh, sumimasen, DLC will not be coming out. We had another studio make the fucking DLC, and we got it back, and it was not good. So we don't know when it's coming out. So Capcom finally says, okay, DLC's dropping in December. I believe it was December 20th to be exact. Not only that, but they're doing Resident Evil 7 Gold already. So I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. With the Note 5.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 5 had like a shit ton of DLC, and what they did was they eventually re-released it as Resident Evil 5 Gold with all the DLC inside. So they're doing the same thing for Resident Evil 7, and they also announced another DLC pack campaign called the Zoe is Gone, I think it was, or End of Zoe, and which is basically in the middle of Resident Evil 7. You had to make a decision between your wife or some woman you just met. And either way you chose it, it was really weird what happened to this other character. So that's a thing. If you had the season pass, it's coming with the season pass. If not, pay $15 fucking.
Nah, I'll wait for the gold edition and pick it up.
I don't know if it's on the gold edition.
It should. I mean, there's no point releasing the gold edition if it's not going to be on it.
We'll see. I'm hyped because I really like that Resident Evil 7. But $15 is a lot, really pricey. So we'll see. Next on the news docket we have before this fucking computer freezes up over here, which it just fucking did, you piece of shit, John Jay Computers. Okay. Mario's not a plumber anymore, guys.
Oh yeah, this.
I saw articles about
Nintendo
that.
finally admits Mario is not a plumber.
So then what is he?
Mario is no longer a plumber.
No longer.
No
so
longer a plumber.
Are
It's
they?
been years since Mario's even worked as a plumber, according to Nintendo.
Since what, 87?
Oh boy.
So he's retired now?
Yeah, think about it. He's saved Princess Peach. He's fucking played tennis, baseball, soccer. He's been an Olympic champion. Like Mario's fucking races and shit, yo. Like
Mario's the anime Dos Equis, man.
Like, yo, this man was a fucking boxing coach. I mean, a boxing ring, like, announcer dude. Like,
and what, Super Punch Out?
Regular Punch Out. First Punch Out. It wasn't Super Punch Out.
Wow.
So, yeah, Mario's no longer a fucking plumber, guys.
Wait, so is but is Luigi still a plumber? Or was he ever a plumber?
I don't know. This is the question I ask Nintendo next time.
Luigi's other.
Luigi's just other?
Yeah, he's just other.
Alright, so this one's the most egregious one I have here, right? So, who here knows about the, who knows about the Mordor games, the Lord of the Ring game that came out last year?
I know all of them. I didn't play
What
those.
was the last one called? Shadow of Mordor?
Shadow Mordor. Yeah.
So Shadow of Mordor was a really good game. Had really good reception, except if you had the PS3 version, because that version was ass.
Yeah.
What was that? Okay.
And it was given to much fanfare, except the final boss, because the final boss was a cutscene. So that really sucked. But then Warner Brothers says, hey, Shadow of War is coming out. But then they introduce loot boxes into the game. And they make it multiplayer. And I don't care what anyone says, loot boxes are the worst thing ever. Especially when you have to throw in a multiplayer mechanic just to make the loot boxes a thing. And not only that, but you have fucking orcs in. So essentially the whole premise of the game is that you get to take over orcs. You get to take over and build your own army.
Right.
But they include orcs within the fucking loot boxes that you can get. And they're like almighty god tier orcs. And then they do the Metal Gear Solid 5 thing where your orcs are able to invade other people's bases and take shit from there. So it's enticing people to buy the loot boxes so that you can win. It's pay to win, essentially.
Okay, so they're making up. Okay.
But not only did that happen, but the guys who make Shadow of War made a character dedicated to someone who was on the staff that died. And they named the character Fort Hog the Orc Slayer, right? The most egregious shit about this thing, though, is that Fort Hog the Orc Slayer, is DLC. He's $5.
What?
Yeah. He's not even included in the game. And here's the more egregious shit about it. So, it lists when you would buy the character, supposedly, from Warner Brothers, that I think it was like $3.5 out of every $5 for the character will go to donations, right? But they have like a little stipulation that says in the countries that it doesn't apply, they get all the money. Right? And
So on top of it being $55, there's some shady shit going on with like them taking some of the money or something.
yeah,
Like that.
it's like, you assholes.
It's like
Why are you charging for a character
from a guy
based
who,
on a person who's dead?
Because people gonna be dumb enough to buy it.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Because profits.
And he acts just like the Fallout's Guardian Angel perk, where he'll randomly save your ass. And that was really egregious.
When
I
does it
don't
become Kingdom Hearts 2 when Mickey comes down and saves you at random points in the game?
Didn't know that was a thing. We don't
And
play-
Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, yeah. Oh, I spoiled it.
I don't play that game.
Oh, well, now you know.
never play Kingdom Hearts.
Um,
But, this is kind of fun. Yeah, this.
It's
damn.
really shitty, and that's why Warner Brothers is one of the worst game publishers of all time. They charge
Yes.
DLC everything. They're assholes, and I fucking hate Warner Brothers. Fuck Warner Brothers for that. Here we have some fun news. Jesus kicks ass in a new 2D fighting game.
Oh, so
On
this is the game my
Steam.
brother was talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
Yes.
I really
So,
wanna get this.
Fight of Gods. And I would ask for no talk while this, so I can cut this out real quick. So let me get 5 seconds of nothing. Okay. So that was Fight of Gods, guys.
Why does Jesus have a playstyle similar to Gil from Third Strike?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
It's funny how like the tagline is like he died for your sins. Now he's gonna kick your ass.
Now he's gonna kick your ass.
Now he's gonna fight for your sins.
Jesus is cross.
God damn it.
Oh. They should release Jesus as a DLC 3 days after the game comes out.
Oh, boy.
Ay, ay, ay.
If this comes to the PS4, I'd like to see Kratos as a DLC character.
Yo.
That's one guest character I would like to see in.
Oh god. Okay. So we got another fun one over here. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Dating Sim lets you kiss a JoJo.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Thank you.
Is there like a dating sim for like almost anything like
You
that?
can make a dating sim out of anything.
Alright, if this is the case, the only route for you to go after is Dio.
I believe you only get to date the main JoJo characters. So Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, and Josuke.
Not even his daughter?
No. It's
So
a fan game.
God damn it.
Kelvin seems very, 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 very unlike.
I don't know
Tell
what
him
to
why are
say.
you so
I actually don't know what to say.
Nelson's like just.
It's time to order those lips, boy.
Oh, I don't know.
Kelvin, are you gonna try it out though?
I
Maybe.
am not gonna try it.
You sure?
I'll wait for my brother to download it.
No, we play this. We'll play this game on the podcast.
Watch it get like a 10 out of 10 or something from somebody.
All right, we got a good one here.
It's like playing.
Do you remember?
Disney no longer owns the rights to distribute Ghibli movies anymore.
What?
Oh,
Really?
Disney lost it, and
How?
G Kids bought the license.
who the fuck is G Kids?
G Kids are actually the people who put out A Silent Voice. They're the guys who distribute A Silent Voice.
Oh.
And so G Kids, while not known, they do a lot of the anime movies that Funny don't pick up.
Wait, are they the ones that picked up Your Name?
No, Your Name's Funny.
Really?
Yeah, Your Name is Funimation.
It is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh?
So this is very important because Disney is very, very, very tight with what they own, and because they own the distribution rights in America, a lot of the Ghibli movies didn't get to theaters very quickly or very like in a very timely manner.
They went
And-
to straight to VHS, DVD, or something.
Yeah. And that's the reason why you're seeing a lot of Ghibli movies in theaters now is because G Kids is putting them in theaters
Oh,
for
okay.
people to watch. So that's why all these Miyazaki festivals and shit are going on now.
Now, if G Kids put out a Ghibli collection, they could have my money.
Alright, that sounds good.
That I want. I like some of the Ghibli movies.
I will still say I haven't watched the majority of the Ghibli movies yet. Like I still haven't
Alright,
watched.
which
them.
ones
I'm
have you
curious.
seen?
I haven't seen Totoro.
No.
I haven't seen that
Ponyo.
either.
Haven't seen Kiki's Delivery Service.
Have you seen
Really?
Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind?
That one is ass. I'm gonna say.
I haven't seen Porco Rosso. So.
Kelvin, the only reason why I watched it
Unfortunately,
was because it had Shia LaBeouf voice in the English dub of one of the characters, so I had to see how that turned out.
Shia LaBeouf voicing
the only
anime.
Ghibli movies I have seen is Spirited Away, Mononoke, A on a Hill, Poppy Hill, I think it was.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
And one more, and I forget the name of it. But I've seen Laputa
Okay.
and Howl's Moving Castle.
No, those are
So I've seen those. So I'm happy. Maybe there might be a collection one day, but you know that's hype.
I'm curious how they got it from Disney, because like Disney
just dropped the rights.
They just
Did
dropped
they
the rights
figure
to
that they don't need it, that they're making too much money, or they're making more than enough that they could just let
You know how much those Blu-rays go for, right? They're only like $20.
But even so, like, Ghibli is highly popular in the West.
Yeah, but Ghibli's no longer alive.
The studio?
Yeah. The only movie they're producing now is Miyazaki's newest movie because Miyazaki said, "I'm going out of retirement."
Oh yeah, he came out retired just to do that one movie again.
Yeah. So, that's the thing. And I think the biggest news out of all of them for this week, for me especially, was Atlas teases a new Catherine game on a live stream.
Oh, Catherine.
So, for those who don't know what Catherine is, Catherine was the 2011 hit from the Persona team dealing with adult. Instead of the normal high school thing, it was adult. And it was basically very mature for what it covered. And it's one of my favorite games of all time. Like,
That game was amazing.
that game is really good.
I never played it, but I wanted to.
And Catherine was actually a test game for the Persona 5 engine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it runs on the Persona 5 engine. So
But you have to play Catherine. It's really good.
it's really good.
It's really good.
I played the demo first.
Do they
It was
have it
an
on
interesting
Steam?
thing.
I don't know. I know you can stream it with PS Now, and if you still have a PS3 or Xbox 360, I know you can pick it up there.
I have a 360, but I'm not sure if it still works. I haven't turned it on
Well, I mean,
in
if you
over a
have
year.
If you have a subscription to PS Now, you should be able to pick it up there.
What if you don't?
If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you.
Unless they like bring out like an HD remaster or some shit, or like some kind of remaster.
Yeah, and
Catherine is
at
not
the
on
same-
PC.
Nope.
This is outrageous.
Yes and no to that. Like one
Do you remember seeing that fishing game you showed us last
Oh,
time?
Fishing Planet?
Yeah, it's free to play.
Yeah, I know it's free to play. I checked it out. I downloaded
It's
it.
so funny.
You downloaded it?
Yeah.
Is it as intense as it was advertised?
Yeah, it's so fucking intense, bro. Like, I'm just reeling in fish, and then a fish pops into my face. And it's online, too, so you can meet other people in the game just fishing.
Wow.
It's on PS4.
Yeah, it's on PS4 free.
Okay.
Damn.
Kelvin, we should play together. We should do some, like, epic fishing, bro.
I downloaded it tonight.
I never went fishing for real, so I guess it'll be
I thought it was gonna be a full game, like a full like.
That's what I
20,
thought, too.
like a whole
But
story
no,
mode
it's
and
a free-to-play
campaign.
piece of
Yeah.
shit. You have to be left certain levels to go to each lake.
Imagine there was a campaign for it. That'd have been like, wait.
Yo, that'd be lit.
So yeah, but yo, I'm hyped because at the end of so basically the hint to this was Studio C, which is the company that does all the cutscenes for Catherine, basically needed staff. So the opening of the stream was literally the Golden Playhouse from Catherine, and then Trisha talking throughout most of it, and then at the end she hints, "Oh man, I haven't had work for a while. When am I gonna get my next job?" And then it pauses and she goes, "Wait, my job's already offered?" So I'm fucking hyped. Can't wait. I hope it's not named Catherine too.
No.
I hope it's something else. What other girl names could it start with?
Erica.
Erica? Oh.
Could it be a continuation of like the last
Caught
game,
on
or
to
like,
that one.
or
You
could it
just
just
want
be?
TA again, don't you?
Hey man, Erica wasn't Erica.
Erica was best girl. Let's be real.
Erica was Erica at one point.
Oh, God. Don't spoil it.
So spoiler was a 6-year-old game.
He's right there. He wants to play it.
Oh. Alright.
Could it be a continuation of like the last game?
No,
Alright.
that game ended.
Okay.
The voice acting in the game, you'll like it.
Voice acting is
The
amazing.
voice acting is really.
That's
It's a puzzle.
One of my favorite. No,
You're gonna hear Miss Kawakami.
you're gonna hear Steve Blum.
Blum's always good.
You're
Crispin
gonna hear
Freeman.
Yuri Lowenthal.
Crispin Freeman.
Oh my God, Crispin Freeman is him. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it's
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
him. You wanna
You're gonna hear
have
Laura Bailey.
yeah.
I mean, no,
Laura Bailey. She
yeah, she voices Catherine,
Mhm. You're gonna hear Michelle Ruff,
which is
the other
which is
character.
Kawakami.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, and you also get there's one more character.
I forgot who's the fucking bartender.
It's on the tip.
It's On the tip, huh?
It's on the tip.
So
Is it someone
it's
we'll
right
know?
there, but I forgot. But also you get
I'll tell you who was on the tip. Catherine with a C.
Right.
But you also
If you
get
cheat on her, she'll kill herself and kill you.
Why is that? That's been popping up lately for me. Like the one manga I'm reading right now, and in that game, it's just boy.
You didn't even talk about Love Perimeter. We should talk about that real quick.
We should. It's just.
No, we have to get to the main topic.
We'll get to the main topic, but let me
Nah,
have a
yo,
little
there's
real
like-
quick.
yeah,
Give me like
there's
5
30
minutes.
Yo, we need to leave soon.
Let me get 5 minutes
Yeah,
with this
right.
boy. Let me get 5 minutes with this boy.
We got like barely an hour
Make it to
left
the end of the
until they're gonna.
Give me an hour with this boy. 5 minutes with this boy. Alright, so recently we've been going through a manhwa called Love Perimeter. I read it, I recommended a bunch of manhwas and mangas to Kelvin. And so what Love Perimeter is about is basically a guy gets his glasses broken one day. And he goes into a random glasses shop. And inside it, this guy goes, here, take these glasses, they're free. Right? Guy puts the glasses on, and he's able to see the perimeters of everyone around him. So he sees people's stats, the last time they had sex, how many, their body count, all that. He gets to see everything about a person, so they cannot lie to him. And also, if he wants to, just like a visual novel dating sim, it'll tell him how to get the person. So it was very interesting from that aspect, but what happens in the fucking manhwa is just, oh boy. So Kevin, why don't you go through real quick what you've been feeling?
Let me get out of the room because
It's an emotional roller coaster. Cause there's one character right now that I like. That's the main character's girlfriend. She's best girl for me in the story. And it's just like I feel bad for her because I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
Why don't you tell him what this guy's done while he's been with her?
Oh, the main character. The main character had been sleeping around with other people. Not necessarily his fault, because he was with other. He
didn't commit with her until after.
Yeah, so he was sleeping around with other women, but then like she went up to him. They had sex, and then she decided to confess again. And then he was like, "All right, you're the girlfriend," because the girl that the main character wanted to date, he couldn't see her stats, and so he was like, "Well, if I can't see her stats, I can't romance her. So it's a dead fish." But then the girl that became his girlfriend was the first girl that he started having relations with after he got his visual novel glasses. That she's been basically, I guess, a model for what a girlfriend should be, at least in my eyes. Now I don't know what everybody else
She
says.
is down to fuck.
Yeah, so that's the one thing about this. Like everybody just fucks on impulse. So it's like it's cool.
Just shit again? Fart again?
No. Okay.
Spoiling stuff.
Oh.
No.
No, that's one. Is this for? Oh, well, you want to know about the manga?
Nah, I want to know about the manga.
Oh.
I'll be reading it soon.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm gonna cut it short here. Then basically, like, it's an emotional roller coaster.
And it's only gonna get more emotional as you get closer to where we're at.
It's just, I don't know. My heart can't take it. But let's get to the.
Let's get to the main topic.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
for everyone here, do you care about Death Note or do you care about being spoiled about the movie?
No.
No.
Okay.
Alright.
So spoilers. We're gonna be talking about the entirety of Death Note.
Even the anime or?
No.
Okay.
The Death Note, the live action 2017.
The
American
Netflix special.
movie.
Alright,
The
we have to
Netflix
be like
movie.
clear because we were gonna be like, wait, which Death?
Oh boy. So.
it's the one where it shows Willem Dafoe being Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, cause I talked about it last week.
Real quick, Paul. What was your overall thoughts on the movie? Like real quick, like you loved it, you hated it, you liked it.
It was fine if you get rid of the source material. Honestly, I thought it was fine.
Okay. What about you, Kelvin?
I found it campy. Like it's just it had.
This can't be always bad though.
No, it's not bad. This one, like, how can I put it? The movie was a movie to watch. Like, if you have friends over and you just like queuing up whatever on Netflix, then yeah, that's a good movie to watch. If you exclude the source material, if you put the source material with it, then yes, there's a big gap in between them. The movie wasn't bad. It was campy because it was funny.
Okay.
So it was funny because if you watch other American horror movies, and they're not necessarily scary, they're more funny at how outlandish the deaths are. And you watch the Death Note movie, then you'll get the you'll get the same gist of it. At least that's what I took from it, because the very first death was very Final Destination like. So there was by that I mean that they took time to explain in detail how the death is going to happen right before the death actually happens. So you see like things getting knocked over, things flying in the air, people moving out of the way, and then when the impact hits, then it's like, okay.
Ed, I thought you died.
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, you're gone for like 2 hours, bro.
To be honest, I kind of wish I was dead with the way this place smells. What the hell are you guys doing in here?
That's probably Paul.
No, it's not even Paul. I know what it
That was our
smells
son.
like, but did all you guys fart at the same time?
No,
Like,
that's
I haven't
Paul.
farted.
That was you stepping outside and into
Yeah.
where Paul.
Yeah, he's been farting outside. So you walk
no,
in.
outside is clean.
No.
In here it
when
smells
you walk
weird.
through it.
I mean, I don't smell
that
shit,
way.
man. I don't smell anything.
No, you can smell the difference. If you go outside for like 10 minutes, you come in, you're gonna smell the difference.
Alright, so that's Paul then. Anyways, continuing. So my thoughts on the movie is that it's bad. It's a bad movie with good directing.
It's not Tommy was so bad.
Oh shit, the ghost.
It's Ryuk.
The school's haunted, guys.
No, it's Ryuk.
Is that how they pronounce it in the movie?
That's how the main character.
So let's talk about the differences from the source thing to the American movie.
I saw that
Should
one.
we? I don't know. It's like
No,
comparing
let's
both
get-
of them.
I can knock it off real quick, right? So main differences is Light Yagami turns into Light Turner. Misa turns into Mia, whatever the fuck, right? Japanese father turns into American deadbeat cop father, right? L turns into a spontaneous, somewhat like sporadic, weak, lanky-looking motherfucker genius.
He turns into
Candy
Tariq.
into a black guy with the same like attributes.
Seriously?
Except he's super cop version.
Overall, all right, we'll start with the beginning and how they like kind of like try to cement Light as who he is. So the movie starts out with Light doing other people's homeworks.
Incomplete, but
For homework?
because
For
he's super
money?
smart. Right? Yeah, for money. And then eventually, he sees like this person being bullied.
no. But before that, like you see like a random gust of wind happen, and then the Death Note drops from out of nowhere onto the floor, and then he looks at it, picks it up, thinks about it. He walks away, comes back, picks it up, and then that's when it leads into the bully
So it
scene.
starts raining, so everyone starts fucking running away, right?
Because it's always raining.
Yeah, so he sees a bully bullying this person, and instead of doing the sensible thing, he decides to taunt the larger, stronger, dominant male, and going, "Oh, you're above 18. You punch me, you could go to jail because that's technically child abuse." And he gets socked in the fucking face for it, and then wakes up in the principal's office because.
No, he woke up on.
Oh, he woke up on the floor with his teacher going like, "Oh, you're doing bad, kid." And eventually it's just that he gets in trouble with the principal because he's doing people's homework for money and you're not supposed to do that. So automatically you're introduced to Light as this somewhat smart person but doesn't make the right choices when it matters.
He's a jackass.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And then we get my favorite moment of the movie.
William Dafoe being William Dafoe.
So Q's into Light in detention. And the teacher's like, "If you fall asleep, I add another day." And as soon as the fucking teacher leaves, he fucking throws everything on the fucking floor, pulls out the Death Note, starts reading it, and then lightning flashes because Ryuk is a fucking lightning caster. And all you see is like Light walk to the back of the room. Some 7-foot demon-looking motherfucker looks at him, and you get the best scream I've ever heard.
The man screamed like a bitch.
And he runs away, and like he's just like, you can't do this, Light. It's not real, Light. Punching himself. Oh, wake up, Light. And he, it's just like he looks around, and then he screams again. So, I think the best portrayal in this movie, like I don't even care if it's compared to the source material or not. William Dafoe fucking killed it. Like
It was William Dafoe being William Dafoe.
it really was. Like that was the most. That is the most perfect casting I've ever seen in movie history. Like.
Ryuk and L they were my favorite characters in the whole movie.
I was actually a fan of Ryuk and Light's father.
I don't even care for his father. His father didn't have the I'm not trying to compare it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, he didn't have the same pull that Light's father had in the anime.
No.
It was just more like, alright, I need you to be a good boy while I go do my job, go to school, get good grades, yada yada yada. And in the anime, it was more like the father wasn't really there because he was at work most of the time. So there was like a difference. But when his father did show up, at least he commanded a presence that
He asserted dominance.
yeah, that the live action version didn't command, which I get, totally different thing. But again, if you're watching a movie, you have to turn your brain off from the source material if you saw it to actually enjoy the movie. But if you just leave that switch on, you're gonna be nitpicking the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cue on to the next scene, which is Light in his house, having like the most awkward dinner with his father, where he brings up his mother. If you did something or someone did something, mother would still be alive. That guy should die.
Like in the movie, was his mom confirmed to be dead or they got divorced?
Dead.
Dead.
Some guy killed her.
No.
And then that's when Light goes up to his room and like pulls out like some secret documents and
He
shit.
pulls it out.
And Ryuk's like, he's like, hey, your name's Ryuk, right? The name's Ryuk.
Willem Dafoe got that down pat.
Yeah, and it's just like, he's like, you write a name. Oh, before that, he killed the bully at school. You write a name. You need a face. And a why. And a how. So Light already knew how to use the Death Note after decapitating his bully. So, using the Death Note this time, he made the guy the guy who killed his mother at the diner have a heart attack. And the guy's like knife or fork fell into his throat and killed him.
Yeah.
And then I get this is where we get to what I believe to be the worst part of the movie. That montage that happens in like 5 minutes.
Oh, when he going on his murder spree?
Yeah, so he gets a girl, and the way he gets the girl is the worst thing ever because he goes up to the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the girl sees like his book, and she's like, "Hey, what's that?" And he goes, "Oh, it's nothing." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." Turns around, and then he goes, "You want to see my Death Note?" Right? And then the girl's like, "Death Note?" And he's like, "Here, watch. I write someone's name into Death Note, and they die." And she goes, "Oh, you're bullshitting me." And he goes, No, come, look." And so, like, he looks at a TV newscast of, like, some guy trying to kill his wife and son or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, he writes the person's name in the Death Note and does whatever, and the guy dies. And then the girl's like, "Whoa," and he's like, shows her the notebook, and it's the exact same way he died. And then the girl's like, and that's how the fucking movie goes on, yeah. And that's how the fucking movie goes on because literally it's the whole thing is this girl's attracted to Light because he can murder people. She literally has a murder boner. Like, he kills someone and she goes, like, you know that Vince McMahon gif of him when right?
Yeah,
That's her
yeah.
when he murders someone.
It's just so
And it
bad.
just like zooms into like him at her house making out, him at her house. Her at his house having sex, and then them killing each other while wrapped in a blanket and eating popcorn, like killing people, and then like it zooms into like him being like a fucking national deity to a international deity where he has a religion based on him, and he's killing people like the ISIS leaders and some guy who looks like Kim Jong-un and like all these other people in the world, and he's making the world a better place, and like literally civilizations are crumbling. And churches are being defaced in his name.
Yeah.
And you want to know what the explanation for his name Kira is in this fucking thing?
Because Japan.
Because he's a fucking weeaboo.
Makes sense.
And literally the whole thing, the whole first like 25 minutes of that movie was the rush to L. It was literally how fast can we get to L?
Yeah. Because they did the same montage that they did in the anime, and where Light was just writing people's name and he was killing people up.
I take a chip.
No, they didn't have.
No, they didn't do that part. They just they did
the anime.
the first montage when you just see everybody dropping off little by little. They did that in the movie, even though they sped over it. But if they would have had at least a score similar to what they had in the anime, I think.
We choose 80s music.
Yeah, I didn't. It's because it's a high school. It was like all of it same place in high school, so it was. That's why I said it was campy.
It was supposed to be 2006.
Yeah, so it was like, no.
It was funny because like I know about the potato chip scene from the anime, and and I saw an article complaining like, oh, they didn't have that scene like that in the movie.
Stupid.
And I was just, like me thinking like because that scene, a lot of people sort of make fun of it because of just how ridiculous it is, and so having it in the movie was just be like.
Yeah, they could have had that scene. Well, that scene only came about because he's being suspected by L as him being Kira.
Right.
Yeah,
so if they would have did the same thing where his house and his room being bugged, then they could have still had that scene. But because they didn't have that part, then it was basically thrown out. It wasn't added in the movie.
So we get to L in Japan, and there's a murder at this fucking go-go club, and then L goes. The killer thinks he wants us to think that we're in Japan. The killer wants us to think that he's in Japan, but he's not. He's American, and I can tell because I'm L. And then he walks away into his limo, and then he's not sleeping. So his butler Water gives him these sleeping glasses and sings him a song. And then we get to L, and you look like you had a lot of feelings with L in this movie, so I'm gonna let you handle this part.
L was fucking amazing. It's just like the actor that played L. He was in Get Out.
Yeah,
he was in another movie.
He was in a lot of movies.
He was in Atlanta for that show on FX Atlanta.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, so he was. So I like personally, I think he's gonna be one of those actors to look out for because he did a good job. Like you can tell that he tried to he saw definitely at least saw something where he could try to emulate L, like some of the mannerisms that L has. He tried to replicate it, even though it came out kind of awkward because you're translating from anime to live action. But the fact that he put detail in how L worked, that to me it stood out a lot more. And then also, what they. L in the anime, he was active. Cause I'm rewatching Death Note again, just to have the comparison. L was pretty active. The man played tennis against Light. He went toe to toe with Light. He kicked the man in the face when he got punched. And so L, even though he basically had the whole, I'm tired most of the time, but he still
basically was showing that he was on the same level as Light.
Yeah, the transition, you can see it there. I give him props for that. But what really took me out of it was the whole chase scene towards the end of the movie.
So we'll get to there.
But but I would say him the reason why I like how he portrayed L in the movie because you can see that he put effort into studying how L worked, how he moved, his mannerisms. Even though some was awkward, some things could have been done without. The whole
the pose on the chair.
Yeah, the pose in the chair that could have been done without. They could have did something different. At least the director could have did something different with that. But for the most part, he carried himself well as L. So. That was my thing.
So basically what happens now is a lot of beats from the anime get copied. L knows that Light's in Cleveland. Oh, no. Was it Cleveland or was it Washington State, right?
Yeah,
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
They know that he's in Seattle, Washington because the murder of the guy that held his wife and son hostage was only broadcast in Seattle. So the roots of the anime. Mm-hmm. And that he must be a cop or someone related to a cop. Because he got detailed information about someone that nobody should have.
That one thing I have to say, they kind of L felt at least they overstepped on the fact that L, yes, he is very, very intelligent. But it was just like how he figured out everything by just looking at the TV. L does something similar, but at least he double checks before he says what he's going to say. The one in the movie, he just jumped out and said, "Okay, this guy is here. He has connections to so and so. He must know what's going on more than the people outside of what's going on." So it's just.
Could they make it clear as to like how he comes to these conclusions, or is it just like
they
this?
explain
is
it, but it's still bullshit.
It's weird. It's just like I know. It's intuition.
Okay.
Something along those lines. It's just like I know because I know.
So it's just going off the like just trusting that L just knows what he's doing, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe the next important scenes that happen afterward is how throughout the whole Kira thing, L taunts Kira every time to try to kill him or try to kill someone. But Light in this movie is actually not. He doesn't have as much of a god complex in this as he did in the anime. He actually wanted to back out at this point, but his fucking girlfriend with her murder boner was like, "No, like you gotta kill those cops." No, I don't want to kill those cops. No, like you gotta kill those cops.
She called him out. She was like,
You gotta
"He's
kill
a
your
bitch."
dad.
Yeah, she was like, "You a bitch, nigga." Like, yo, I'ma son you, my nigga. Like, yo, I'm gonna take this book, my nigga. What you gonna do? And like, actually.
So he's not the sociopath that.
No, his girlfriend is.
No, his girlfriend's the sociopath.
Well, the live action version of Misa is the sociopath.
So what happens is they have an argument, and she basically leaves the house with one of her books, and basically what goes on after this is that a bunch of fucking police officers end up dead from having jumped off a building, and Light's father and L both take a stand saying, "No, you're evil, you're a bitch," and basically L let Light's father.
Well, L did that at the beginning.
Yeah, L did that at the beginning. Well, I'm not going yet. But basically, then L goes after like the killings. L lets Light's father go on the stand to taunt Kira because he already suspects Light of being.
No, L didn't know that Light's father was going to be doing that in the live action
part,
movie.
When he did the conference to that part, no. But even so, the whole taunt thing, he was like, "I'm going to take down Kira myself."
And then L goes, "Hey, if Kira doesn't kill you, it's probably your son." Like he says that.
Yeah.
He goes, "It's probably your son." And then his father doesn't die.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Mr. Turner, your son is Kira. He didn't kill you."
Yeah.
And then
L even says that to Light. He's like, "Yeah, you waited too long.
Yeah.
If he dies now, you're Kira."
Yeah, exactly. And then his girlfriend's like, "You gotta kill your father." "No, I don't want to kill my father. He's my father." "You gotta kill your father." "No, I don't want." "No, you gotta kill your father." No. All right. And it all boils down to another argument. And then in one of the fellow's other best scenes, Light ends up finding out that it was Ryuk's doing for killing all the police. And Light goes, "You know what, Ryuk? I'm going to put your name in the death note." And then Ryuk goes back and says,
"The most anyone's gotten is 2 letters."
And basically threatens Light that, "Yo, if you try to put my name in there, I'm going to kick your ass and kill you." So, Light has no choice but to participate in this game of cat and mouse. But the game of cat and mouse doesn't really go anywhere. Because, like...
No, it goes to an 80s chase scene.
No, but even before that, so basically what happens is that Light's like, "I gotta get myself out of this situation. And the only way to do that is if I kill L." So, and this is the part that I hate the most because he literally breaks a rule. So the whole movie establishes that the fucking Death Note has like a shit ton of rules.
The source material had, I think, like 10, 13 rules.
Yeah, but this one has like
No,
60 something.
No, it had the original source material had a lot as well.
I have my Death Note at home. I should have brought it, but
Yeah, me too.
I remember only seeing like 13, unless.
No, there were way more than 13.
Yeah. But apparently the movie version had way more rules. And so essentially one of the rules there that they say is you need someone's name and you need someone's face, right? L's butler introduces himself to his father as Watari. Watari what? Watari is obviously a code name. And it was a code name even in the anime and the manga. I understand that I'm supposed to not associate that with the source material, However, it's really stupid that Light wrote the name Watari in the Death Note, and it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And
Because if code names can work, then why doesn't you just write L?
L. Exactly. And not only that, the whole thing about being able to control someone's thing like that. So in the original Death Note, you could not control someone to kill someone else. You had to directly write someone's name in that. That rule was never specified in that version. So why didn't Light just say Watari kills L and then kills himself?
It's possible it was a rule in there, but because he didn't read out every single rule
I
there.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
So, oh, but that's not true because didn't the police officer end up getting everyone killed?
Wait, the scene before his dad.
Yeah, writing down the names of everyone in the Death Note.
It's
Because he was controlled to do it with the Death Note.
he was controlled to write it in the Death Note itself.
Yes.
That doesn't violate the rules.
Yes. Well, if I'm going by the logic that you said was maybe that was a rule that Watari couldn't kill L. But then this is revealed later in the movie. But Misa actually had the officer write other people's name in the Death Note using the Death Note. So if he killed other officers by using the Death Note, by that logic, he should have been able to have Watari kill L.
Yeah, but Watari didn't even know L's real name.
No, not with his name. Just by killing him.
That's the difference.
No, that's not the difference.
Yeah, because then you're saying that Light could have had Watari physically kill him.
Yes, he could have!
No,
Why not? What's the difference between putting someone's name in the Death Note by killing them than physically killing them?
because he's just telling. It's just written to have them write their names down in there.
But that automatically kills them.
It doesn't specify that it kills them. The end result it will kill them.
Oh my god, well, you're pulling shit out your ass, literally.
Yes.
Like, it works, trust me. And then they go to this whole thing where Light learns that there's a rule that only one person's name can be erased from the Death Note, and that is only by burning the name out of the book.
Yeah, because that was something that actually annoyed me in the manga. Because then he could
That
just
wasn't in the manga.
no.
The whole taking out a page and
That he can only do it once.
No, that wasn't in the manga.
No, that wasn't in there. At all.
I know. No, I didn't let me finish.
Oh.
It annoyed me in the manga because then he could have just taken control of anyone for any amount of time and just continuously crossed out their
Oh
names.
yeah, that's how it works in the manga.
Mm.
Yeah, because he controls that one dude for the longest time.
He controls them for 31 days.
Yeah, something like that. So you automatically know, wow, that's going to be a big thing later on. Someone's name's going to have to get burned in the Death Note. And so it all comes up to Spider-Man Homecoming, where there's the Homecoming, thing, where Light and Misa finally have made up, and they're going to tag team to defeat the evil police. And then, using the most stupid fucking... So basically what happens is that Misa goes up to Light and goes, hey, here's this guy, I want to dance with him. Light passes him his hat. By the way, Light is under police surveillance. And Els has him under police surveillance because Watari's gone missing.
Yeah.
Looking for El's real name in some orphanage up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys lose him simply by moving the top hat to someone else. Like, you're not doing your job right if you're supposed to be surveilling Light. And Light goes and runs the Death Note because apparently Misa has put Light's name in the Death Note. And he will die by midnight if he does not retrieve the Death Note and give it to her. What the fuck?
And then you get the whole montage. Him just writing in the Death Note. And then the cops come in, he's gone, and then he's running
And you
away.
get Kelvin's favorite scene in the movie. And now I'll let you talk about
That
it.
man had energy legs,
Speedy
speedy
canyons.
canyons.
You gonna smell these balls like...
Yo, L hauled all the ass
Can we also
chasing
talk about his RoboCop gun?
that.
Yo, he pulls a gun out of a suitcase and it is like chromed the fuck out. It has like bedazzles on it. It's glowing green, red, and blue.
That gun looked like something out of a video game, like something out of Call of Duty.
Yeah, but yo, so like, as you were saying, like, L runs like the speed of light. Oh, you're so funny, man.
But yo, he ran like this man did
Not only
parkour.
did he ran over people on the street with his car.
Oh, that's fine. Casualties need to be made, but
Oh my God.
But he.
So explain the whole chasing because I have a funny thing that Jorge showed me.
Where to start? All right, so basically, Light is running because at that part, he gets a text message from Mia, saying to meet at the amusement park by I think.
No, he tells her that.
No, he tells her.
Yeah,
Or
he
it was
tells
her?
her that.
Okay. Yeah, so the whole thing she
texts him, the police are here.
Yeah.
Get out.
And then he says, meet me at the amusement park, which is apparently on the other side of town from what it looked like. So this whole time he's running from his school across town just to get to amusement park, and at this whole time, L is chasing him. And like I mentioned earlier, like L is fairly active, even though he gets tired easily, but he's still active. In this one, in the live action one, L hauled ass.
Yo, he was jumping off people. He was like
Remember.
ducking and weaving.
Like this man, if
Nah,
there
you're
was
forgetting
quick
this-
time events, he was the king of quick time events. That's how like all over the place he was.
You're forgetting one fact. L is black.
Oh my god.
Ay, ay, ay.
You want a racist comment?
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, there goes one racist comment of the night.
Okay, so there's a funny scene though. So you remember the part where Light runs up the building, and then L fucking runs in the building after him, and then L cuts Light off. No. So Light heads into a diner, right?
Yeah.
And this chase is hilarious because there's some people that are not in their way, but they still push them over because they don't give a fuck. Like Light cuts into a diner, goes through the diner without pushing anyone over except in the kitchen. Runs through, right? This nigga L gotta push the cart lady, gotta push the chef, dives over the table, slams a nigga's head into the soup, right? But here's a funny moment that Jorge pointed out. If you watch the movie again, when L's running over the diner, there's a cut. In the cut, L slips, but they just cut to him running out the diner.
The hard cut? Okay.
Yes, there's a hard cut.
Uh-huh.
And you literally see it keep going like this. Whoa! Right? But then it just cuts to L out the diner.
that was not graceful.
So-
So I have to look at the part again.
They would have Rafi's editing skills.
Yeah. And then they get to the Ferris wheel coven, and I'll let anyone who wants to wrap this up.
The first one, that was fucking god damn it. Like they hyped the first one was about to shut down for the night, and then they're like, well, at this point, Light has the RoboCop gun.
Oh yeah, so yo, the most racist thing ever, son. There's a black guy with a gun to a white guy.
But then the tables have turned. Like then he takes the Light takes the gun and runs off.
Yeah, so basically some guy comes out and he goes, Kira-san, it's you. Lord Kira, run. But yeah, so Light has the gun.
He has the gun. Him and Mia get to the Ferris wheel. The guy wants to turn it off for the night. Light's like, no, continue running it. And then by the time they get towards like the top of the Ferris wheel, like the cops and everybody else showed up.
I like shut the fucking button off so they couldn't turn it off.
Yeah, and then like at this point, like Light and Mia start arguing. Like they're basically
She's like, "Where's my Death Note, bitch?"
And then I forgot what back and forth they had, but it just came down to a point that Mia was basically the true villain of the movie. Like just like the way how she acted, how she pushed the damn boy to like do it. And he's like, no, but that wasn't what got me. What got me was when Ryu pops up and then starts fucking around with the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, because apparently it's him using that does Death Note instructions the whole time.
Yeah, so like all that stuff happened. The Ferris wheel starts coming apart little by little, and yeah, and by that time it's just either you give me the Death Note or you die. And then they're like, well, I guess I'm dying. So it just leads from that weird scene to basically both of them. No, Light's the one that fell off from the Ferris wheel.
They both fell off.
They both fell off, but one of them.
So really quickly, basically what happens is that Light put Misa's name into Mia's name into the fucking Death Note, and that she dies if she grabs the Death Note from him. She did, so she dies. And Light in the hospital, his father gets explained to him. His father's basically like, "Oh, you work here all along." So Light explains, "Yeah, I was, and how I got away from the police was I wrote certain people's names in the Death Note that would pop up at the Ferris wheel. One to grab my Death Note, one that was a doctor that would heal me up, and basically the guy who grabbed the Death Note would write certain people's name in the Death Note so that suspicion would get off of me." And basically he turned into Light at the end in Death Note at the end of the movie, and I marked out at the end.
The movie, the ending wasn't bad, but the way how it ended kind of seems like they left it for
he made it for a 3-part movie series.
It was a 3-part?
Yeah, that's what the guy originally wrote it for.
Oh boy.
But who knows if that actually happens or not, because, well,
the reception. But so
I dislike the movie not because it's a bad movie, just because I think it's just a bad movie with good direction and everything.
Listen, I thought the movie was similar to Sword Art Online. It was entertaining.
Sword Art Online wasn't even entertaining to me though.
It's not bad.
I'm actually more interested in watching the movie now. Like honestly,
just watch it.
Once I get freaking Netflix, like one eventually.
And try to just find that point where fucking Lakeith Stanfield eats it on the fucking countertop. Like, it's fucking hilarious how that wasn't cut off the movie. But anyway, so that's been our little Death Note thing. Death Note is the second best anime adaptation.
Is it as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution though? Because people are comparing it.
No.
Evolution is bad. This one was pretty good.
Death Note is the second best anime adaptation after Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. So we wrap it up here then.
Yeah, the school's closing and they already forgot about us.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Alright.
Alright, so leave in box of friends. Good night.
Bye.